Hello, this is David Dean, and I really have been wanting to do a video for a little while, just trying to get people to, basically for the people who tried Save the World, to get back and give it another try. It has really changed in the last month or two, where it seems like they have really increased the pace of the game. Whether it is from doing things like this with the hoverboard, so you can now get around the mission map much faster, and you can also have a lot more fun in the game, or even create racetracks like the one I got going here. And also with other issues. So I'm going to be going through those, just what they have improved in the game, how the game has changed, and what changes they still need to make in the future. Obviously, there's still quite a few issues with it, but we're definitely have been moving forward a lot faster in the last couple months than we had seen in the months prior to that. First, when it comes to gameplay, there's basically this is a game about killing massive numbers of husks in creative ways and having fun with it and being challenged with it. And basically that comes down to three different ways. You have weapons, so you got guns and swords, so you can sit there and attack the husk. But they also have two other ways, and gameplay on those two other ways had been really slowed down, and in some ways were more about micromanaging than it was about having fun. And the first one is the abilities. They had the abilities tied to energy, which was also tied to sprint. And unfortunately, that was a horrible combination. Because, okay, you're in battle, you see your friend about ready to get killed, you have a choice. You can run over to him and not be able to use your abilities, or you can slowly walk over to him and then use your abilities. That's not a good combination, and what you really ended up with was people totally depending upon their weapons instead of using these really cool abilities that you're given in the game. And the truth is, I don't care what weapon there is in the game, I would not trade a lifetime supply of any weapon over not being able to use like my urban assault grenades. They're just better than anything else out there. Same thing with Dragon Slash and other abilities in their game. They are absolutely great. But since they were tied to energy, which was tied to sprint, people weren't really utilizing them as much as they really could, and having as much fun in the game as they could. And they have taken that away now. So you can now run to where you need to go, and the second you get there, you can drop your decoy, you can use your grenades, you can hit your sonic wave, or shockwave, and just use those abilities. That has greatly increased the speed of the game. And then the next way, there's three ways, and the third way, one of my absolute favorite ones, is the building and trapping. I absolutely love it. A lot of other people really enjoy it. The problem was, they basically made the backpacks and the storage for your home base so small that for a lot of people it just wasn't worth it, because you were spending more time micromanaging your resources than you were having fun building and trapping and doing what you really wanted to do in the game. Once again, devs had hit this in the last couple months, where now you have double the backpack, you can stack up your traps much higher, you got bigger home base storage. So now the pace of the game, using three different ways to take out the husk, is moving so much smoother. And now I know there's a lot of other issues in the game, and I'm going to be talking about them. But the other part that really seems to have changed in the last couple months, tied to that energy and everything else I was talking about, is it seems like the devs are back. When they first started this game, the devs actually I felt were doing really good at addressing issues, coming out with really complex and interesting quest line and challenges for the events. And then Battle Royale came out. And that exploded in a way nobody had predicted and nobody was ready for, it seems like, over at Epic. And I understand it. If I owned Epic and I had something explode like that, I would definitely put my resources towards it and also try to get caught up with all the chaos that caused. And now it finally seems like they have done so. For that period, it just seemed like a lot of times the weapons coming out were, okay, this weapon shoots further range, but it does less damage. This one does more damage, but it has lower impact. And that was the extent of the event weapons. And the event quests went from highly complex, or somewhat complex, I won't say highly complex, and really needed a good team to do them, to basically you need to find 6 quest box, run around the zone, look for the quest marker, click on the quest box. Ooh, you completed the event. Now you have to collect 9 quest box. Go around the zone, find the quest markers, and yeah, not much challenge there. But we are definitely seeing now that the devs are back, a lot of that seems to be changing. The upcoming event, it definitely doesn't look like it's running around grabbing quest box. You're in a new biodome, which is basically the desert area they have for the Canny Valley Storm Shield defense, which I really enjoy. And also in the event, spring event, they actually came out with some really cool, pretty or kind of weird weapons, and I know everybody didn't love them, but you have to admit they were definitely different. They were definitely something new. You got a sniper rifle that shot out a Roman candle that basically operated as a sticky grenade and exploded in an area effect on the target. That was pretty cool. Whether you like it or not as an actual weapon, it was something new, something different. Something they actually had to spend some time doing. And so I really like that. So right now it seems like the devs have come back to save the world. Hopefully a lot of people, I played this game from day one, and a lot of the people who came through the first wave have all gone. A few of us stuck around to try to go through a second time, and we've definitely felt the feel of the change as far as how much attention it was getting from over at Epic. And but now I want to go into basically issues that still need to be addressed. Obviously, one of the big ones that always comes up is really there's no quest line when you get to Canny Valley and Twine Peaks. And this was something everybody was really excited because rumors started to come out 5 months ago, that they had brought in the person who did Ray, the voice for her, and was doing the recording and getting everything set up for doing the Canny Valley. More lava. And everybody was excited. The new quest line was coming out. And then Battle Royale hit. And then there's no mention of any of it. Now that they're getting caught up, I'm really hoping they're getting that quest line out. They really need to. I'm in the middle of Canny Valley now, or actually towards the end of it, and I'm kind of getting tired of do these 3 missions, do these 3 missions, and now do these 3 missions. Hopefully they will get that picked up and going. It definitely needs to be as soon as possible. I already talked about the event difficulty levels, and a second part of that was they're having issues. Okay, they put out an event. It was really challenging. They had one that you basically had to spend 4 hours in order to complete, and most people weren't completing it. And the people who did, it was awesome. And I was one of those people. I never got into a good group. We never completed the quest, even though we got, let's see, I think I got halfway through it twice. And I was okay with that. But evidently a lot of other people weren't. Basically, a lot of people had the mentality that every event that comes out, they should be able to easily get everything that comes out with that event. And so Epic still has to work out how to balance that. Because when you have a game like this, where it's a building challenge game that has some, basically more challenging aspects to it than a normal just point and shoot game, people want more complex challenges. Some of us do. And then, of course, there's those that just want basically things to be given to them with a click. So Epic still needs to work out that balance issue on the games. And also another big thing. I mean, people talk to them and they love Stonewood. They're trying to figure out how to do the different missions. And then they get to Plankerton. And look, it's another Atlas mission. And then they get to Canny Valley. And look, more Atlas missions. And then they get to Twine Peaks. And it's what's with all these Atlas missions? Or any of the mission types. They just keep repeating throughout the game. We gotta have some more mission variety. That kind of goes back to figuring out the challenges. As I said, I was one of the very first. I was in the first wave of people who played the game, and I remember going into deliver the bomb. Nobody had done it before, so we're trying to figure it out. And our constructor on the team thought he would be proactive. So he ran over to Building A and built this massive structure all around the launcher with the A marked on it to be all ready for when we figured out what was going on. Only to have it find out that we needed to be protecting Building B, not Building A. And so, but to me, that was part of the fun, figuring out those challenges. And on other issues, and this is an issue that for 4 or 5 months was not an issue. The traders and the scammers dominating global chat. Oh, that's a death. All right. This has popped out of nowhere and has just gone insane. If you want to trade in the game and that's a fun part for you, that's great. But Epic needs to put in basically trading boxes where people can confirm the trade on both sides before it happens. That way we don't have to listen to people constantly complaining how they got scammed. And I've had it several times in my missions because people will see me from my YouTube channel. They will friend me, get in the mission, and tell me how they got scammed and how I should give them weapons and stuff because somebody scammed them and they don't have any weapons at all. And the first couple times I heard that, what I did was, hey, I'll just wait till the end of the mission and see how much they help out to determine if I hand them anything. And sure enough, halfway through the mission, suddenly they're pulling out a Nocturno, they're pulling out a Super Shredder with Elemental on it, and it's like, okay, no, you didn't get scammed, you were just trying to scam me. So this kind of has to end. Also, we need a different channel for the traders and scammers. If they want to do that on their own channel where we don't have to listen to it, great. More power to you. They definitely need to be working on that issue, and definitely let me know. I'm going to address a few more, but if you have ways you see Epic can improve this game and make it more fun, make it so more people are coming into it, definitely put it in the comments. Love to hear it. For me, one of the big ones is what I'm in right now. I'm in my Storm Shield Defense Twine Peaks. I've already finished number 10, and I have this big, huge area to have fun with. And there is no reason this just shouldn't turn into one great big sandbox area. Once you finish Storm Shield Defense number 10, I would love it in each of the zones where I understand they don't want you to collect all the resources, because that's part of the game, is collecting resources in your missions between the Storm Shield defenses to build up your Storm Shield defenses. But once you finish Storm Shield Defense number 10, they should have it so you can reset your whole base. And if you want to make it that all those resources can only be used in that Storm Shield and have them separate somehow, that would be awesome. Because then after somebody does all their defenses, they can do whatever they want with this zone. Also, I would love to see it that you could start basically customizing your attack waves. Where, hey, if you got 1,000 mobs coming in, I want to make that 1,000 smashers. Just to test out a new trap build I want to do, or just to have fun with a bunch of friends. And Storm Shield defenses, this is such a great area. They definitely need to make it that we can have more fun with it. After Storm Shield Defense number 10, why can't I have 20 people in here to run a racetrack with? or to build with and have fun with. There's no reason any longer to keep the 4-person cap going. That's my 2 cents on that. Oh, geez, I had a whole list here. And and one of the other things I was gonna get on them about is the Outlander. I like the Outlander. I got my Outlander right here. She is great with a pistol, does a ton of damage. But the fragment issue with the Outlander had been a major issue. They came out with the Reclaimer here recently, where you take out 60 husk, you automatically get a new fragment. That was a great idea. But now I see for the new event, they have something planned for fixing the fragment issue. Looking forward to that. Also part of this new event, they said they have a new utility item coming. Not sure what that is. If you go to Storm Shield 1, there's a few utility items in there we have not seen yet. The grappling hook, if they did the grappling hook as well as they did this hoverboard, that would be awesome. But they don't have the graphic in it there yet. What they do have the graphic for is the boost pads, the yellow speed boost pads for hoverboards. Right now we have the straight ones. They have one that does a 90-degree turn. So if you're boosted here, you're going to slow down going around the turn normal because you don't want to put a boost pad there. But they have a 90-degree turn boost pad graphic up right now, so I'm hoping that comes out in the event. Will it? Don't know. But that just leaves slanted pieces with boost pads. And if they ever come up with the slanted piece with a boost pad on it, then you can really go all out in your racetracks, doing whatever you want and maintaining that boost, whether you're going up, down, around the corner, or straight. So hopefully they'll do something like that. Oh, and the other big thing, leaderboards. A lot of people want to compete with everybody else in the game for top kills. And if you see like the combat score, people love using their weapons to get that combat score really high. I love it. A lot of times I will put a great trap tunnel down, and then for some reason the soldiers stand in front of my trap tunnel, not allowing anything to get in it, while they rack up all the kills with their weapons. I'm okay with that, but it's pretty obvious that I'm not going to be getting much of a combat badge. But they really need to put it in the game. I would love it even on the missions, where they split up most kills by weapon, most kills by traps, most killed by abilities, to encourage people to do the 3 different ways of taking out mobs in the game. I think right now one of the things that really kills people and people end up leaving around the end of Plankerton and then in Canny Valley when we start getting the elemental husk is that they don't know how to take them out, because like the elemental smashers, they're just bullet sponges. I mean, you can just fire and they take so long to drop. But since they were able to get through Stonewood and most of Plankerton with never doing anything but firing their weapon, and had no real reason to do anything but firing their weapon, they're not, they just don't have the habit of going to their abilities, going to put in traps to take out these extremely difficult elemental smashers at higher level. So if we had leaderboards for that, that would encourage people to try out the different ways to take out the different mobs. And I would definitely love to see that. And also, hey, I'm a soloer. And as far as I know, I am the only person, at least the only person to put up a video yet of soloing Twine Peaks 7, 8, 9, and 10. But then again, I don't think Epic likes people playing it solo. They would really prefer everybody playing groups, because usually that keeps the most people playing the game. So I can see them not doing anything for strange people like myself who enjoy taking it on solo. And just running through my list here, I think I hit all of them. And once again, this has just become a much faster, much more fun game in the last couple of months. The devs definitely seem to be refocused back on the game from their absence over the last couple months, and I am really looking forward to seeing it continually to grow and coming out with just some new and amazing stuff for Save the World. But the best thing that can happen to Save the World and the best thing that can happen to the devs is the people who play the game putting out their comments, letting them know what they want to see in the future with this game. So put them down there. Hopefully somebody will actually look at them. Thank you for taking the time out to watch this. And if you got any ideas for my racetrack, how to make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun, hey, I'd be happy to listen to that too. So take care.